So, analyzing this pattern, I can observe that I have these type of cuts. So this is one sort of profile, and I have here another profile. Uh, Here it's practically stepped. So it's very zigzag, as you can see. This allows for locking of these wooden walls. Everything is assembled like this, and the edge would be, let's change this one. So this is the edge. Okay, and this allows for some sort of, let's say, interlocking system. uh, if let's say I go to translate, because I know the term in Romanian but not in English. uh, let's change to, let's switch, and like I what the okay, swallowtail would be the term literal. So let me so basically that kind of connection is called by the literal translation swallowtail. So this coadă de râdunică swallowtail, and that it means this interlocking system between two wooden walls, in the sense that they are connected to one another and have some sort of cuts. Uh, okay, Dovetail joints. That would be, let's say, the accurate term. Dovetail joints. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it is. I think something like this. Somehow, and a bit more primitive. Something like this, but more primitive, let's say. Yeah, something like this looks decent, but here in the example it is, let's say, a bit hurry. Okay, so without further talking, let's get to model these. Now as we understood how do these walls work. So I still have uh, 6 walls or whatever, 6 panels. Okay, let's create similar and try to pick a plane, this plane, but I select this edge and try to create my, no, actually can't I to create my semi cylinder, let's say. uh, let's do it once again. I think I could have done just a sweep and that was it. I think it's more, uh, I guess. Yeah, I think at the end, when I have all the sides defined. Okay, so now I need to create all my, let's say, walls, all my panels on my wood logs, because I have to do some intersections, and this will be quite of a challenge. Okay, let's say I'm staying something like this. Okay, And then everything has to be copied downwards like this. And then everything needs to be intersected somehow. So downwards, okay. Bring it upwards like this. Like this. Bring it upwards. Okay, great. And now here should come the magic. So each of these is kind of going to be, let's say if I can cut. Can I join? Oh, I can actually join some pieces. Okay, interesting. Can I join these two? Okay, and now I have to think about how to do this sort of junction. Actually, never done with extrusions this kind of junction. I never put myself this problem because it wasn't require such level of detail. So I think let's say I cut my profile like this. Now I think this is the only time that descriptive geometry might be useful. But having in mind all these fancy models, I think let's say Booleans in Blender would be just enough. That would do the job. Unfortunately, I do not have this kind of feature. I want to. I do not like this actually. It will be a bit of a problem. Mm, let me delete these two, and I have to think. The problem is that the geometry is basically cut diagonally, and I can't really cut diagonally. I don't care to cut diagonally. Why? Because it's a shell, and that's why I don't care. I care just about the exterior actually. So these two should be, I don't know, or maybe, yeah. Let me check if I can actually uh, do some sort of Boolean. As let's say I cut this volume from this volume, and when I would want to hide it or something or delete it. No, it actually doesn't do anything. Yeah, I thought I have a Boolean and I get to keep the rest, but it doesn't work like this here. Okay, then the only thing I would care would be to create a void, let's say extrusion, onto this plane. Uh, and I would have something like here. Okay, maybe keep a bit outside, something like this. Uh, I don't think I have in Revit here the tools that I would want to do whatever I wanted. If it were in Blender, these two would have been somehow intersected, and I would have defined the profile. Then I would have had the Boolean, and each piece would basically result after the cut, but I can't do Booleans in here in Revit. Yeah, I can't do Booleans here in Revit, that's the problem. I have cut and join, but that's not a real Boolean. Yeah, I can't do a real Boolean. Uh, can I do some sort of, let's say, fake join? Let's say I want to create this. Uh, let's say I do this and then this. I think I'll do something else. I'll do some fake. I'll do some fake. Yeah, actually, I create some fake extrusions. Uh, yeah, I think I do some fake extrusions. So let's say I pick this plane, and for example, this would have a certain profile. So let's say I would have something like this, and this would show. Uh, but and this would be very tiny, like this, no? And then yeah, something like this. It actually is very narrow. Uh, so it's basically the guy having a section, and I have the impression that is section while it is not. And then on the flip side, I create something similar, and I practically imitate that I have such uh, such end, and I of course make it very limited, like this, very thin. Um, so let's look at the picture and see how we could imitate. So let's say I have this eye. This continues over the following, and let's see. Yeah, this works based on booleans. I can't do booleans in Revit. This is a problem. So we have to improvise. I can't do real booleans. I want to have, yeah, let's split screens because I want to watch closely what I have here in the picture. So let's say I have, so this, no, I'll go upwards actually. So let's say I have this guy. This guy has an I shape, let's say. So let's make the I shape, the T shape or whatever. Let's say I have this T shape. this T shape, of course, it's extended a bit upwards. Okay, and finishes around here, let's say. Okay, and when something would continue on this side, but I can't continue. Let's say I have this. Okay, it's a problem here because I would want this part not to be extruded, but somehow to be in this direction. Mm, and I would need it to be somehow particularized for this situation. I'm basically a bit stuck because I do not have the tools in Revit to do what I want. Let's check what Booleans can we do and we can't do. Create or let's set another work plane. Pick a plane. Okay. And then let's say I select this. I think I have to change the work plane. Okay. I think I have to change the work plane. Let's check if it works the way I want it. And let's create another extrusion. I pick this plane. And let's say I create something like this. And maybe draw. Okay. Something like this. Okay. And I would need these two parts to be somehow joined. Oh, I can actually do that. I think that might solve the problem. So there are two separate pieces, but they look as one, and that's what I care about. And now I think let's create something else. I have an extrusion set. Pick a plane, this one. Let's say I pick these sides. Let's say I end this and do something like this. And I think now it looks good. I actually needed to change the plane. And I do not need to do Booleans. I do extrusions, but they are constructed. And now these need to be joined. Yeah, it looks proper to me. So basically I do some sandwiched extrusions and now I can control the degree of the cut. Basically the multiple components, but I click join, so in 3D it will show as one object, and that's what I care about. Okay, and I will not be using Booleans. We found a solution eventually. Okay. Good, so I guess now I'll have to create extrusion, pick a plane, this one, and draw these like this, and then determine my contour. let's, oh, what lines? Okay, like this. This will be the level. Then I will create another extrusion. So this will be extended until here. And then I'll create another extrusion that will come, let's say, above the create extrusion. Pick a plane, this plane, and let's say we select. And I would extend, no, actually it might work, but okay. And now let's select this edge, okay, and this edge, okay, then this edge, and now intersect everything, unjoin, okay, okay, looks good enough, okay, like this to make the join good, okay, and now these two would be joined, and now I have my join. Yeah, it looks good. It looks actually decent. But it's kind of complicated to do. But we found a solution eventually. This is not elegant at all. That's what I wanted. Okay, I do not have Boolean, but I have other planes or references. Okay, and this I think will be, let's say, adjusted. So I think I will have an offset or something. And this will be something like this. This will be something like this. This will be joined, unjoined. Okay, this will be like this. Wow, so complicated. Okay, like this, then like this. Okay. Now that should be moved around here. Around here. And now you would have to create an extrusion with this work plane. And have to pick this one, this one, this one, and this rhomboid. Intersect all these guys, validate, and then join with this guy. So now I have my join, if you can see. So basically this is one guy of the join, and this is another guy. Unfortunately, I don't know if can I group it? Can I group? Do I have a group? Oh, I can actually group. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. This is not bad. Okay, this can be actually grouped. Oh, wow. Even over separate pieces, wow, this can be grouped. Okay, this is actually interesting. We can group some build elements and have something composite. Maybe it may be even a simpler solution, but that's what I found as for now. So I guess we'll finish the model, save the project, and yeah, we'll keep going. So we found a solution. We found some sort of compromise. and I sell the project. Okay, church with south elevation connections. Okay, so we found a solution. Not the most elegant, but it works. So we will keep going and try to do those specific joints. So thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.